Let us unbox the Siemens S7-1500 PLC and all of these models together. Okay, we have the multimeter here, we have the DVD or the CD here, we have the, let's check it out, we have the connector, and we have also here the memory card, we have here the digital inputs, digital outputs. So let's start from the CPU quickly and let's fly into this. So if we look at this label on a close look, we're actually going to see central processing unit. This is actually the brain of the system. CPU 1511 1PN. Okay, this is a entry level performance CPU for the 1500. Okay, 1PN means it has just one Profinet interface. I'm sure many people may be wondering, but this guy has two Ethernet port or two RJ45 ports. That does not mean it's going to be having two separate IP address. Take note of that. Functional status, very, very critical. When you're actually swapping the CPUs for critical systems, is advisable you take note of the functional status. Now that's like the hardware revision, not the software, not the firmware. The other one down here is actually for the firmware. It's actually for the firmware version. You see firmware version 2.10 and the likes. So I'm sure this will also determine what versions of TIA will work. Okay, and yes, I'm sure the version 2 point something upward is actually TIA 13 upward. Yes, you can upgrade and the likes, but downgrading is limited. Okay, so always take note of the firmware versions. I think that's major, and all this for US, Canada, these are all UL certification. EX, that means this guy can be used in an hazardous location. Very important that the CPU that you're actually going to use for your plant, especially if you're in the oil and gas sector, you confirm, okay, if it's actually applicable to hazardous location. You know, we have several classes or area of classification in the oil and gas sector. So let's just keep that at that. Let's unbox this and look at how it looks or what it looks like quickly. So we will be doing this, and we'll be mounting immediately also. So let's take a closer look at the 1500. The buttons, oh, escape, I can feel that. Okay, yes, just like a soft pad, up, down, left, right, and we can see this clearly. 1511 1pm. Let's open up and also see, and where we are actually going to see the memory card interface. Okay, which we have one here. Okay, we have the semantic memory card here. I think this is actually 4 MB. We'll be talking so much more about this when we are actually programming this guy afterwards now. So let's look at this. MCB pushing and run. I think it's hiding. So that's it. Run, stop, memory reset. Okay, we have the Profinet interface. Remember, this is where you confirm if your RJ45 is actually linked and if it is transmitting and receiving. So let's just leave the story for another day. The connection there and the RJ45. RJ45 ports there, okay. RJ45 ports there. Then we have the 24-volt connection. So let's just keep that here for now. Okay, keep that here for now, and then let's remove this rail. This rail is actually, let's look at it. Let's look at the rail on a close look. Let's look at the rail on a close look, and you can see it's actually 482 millimeters. Wow, 482, quite long. So we're actually having two rails for our application because we know we'll be expanding very soon. So we have this, and we're actually going to be having even other applications that we may also develop. So we are actually going to showcase two types of rails. So you can see one here, 482 millimeters, and you're going to see another one right here. So let's do this quickly. The rail, right? Okay, so let's look at the rail. A close look at the rail, you can see 60 S7-1500 1AEAT, that's 80OAAO. Very sleek, you know. If you have this could size about how many modules. We will actually find out about that, how many modules we can actually use with this guy very soon. So let's just start mounting. We have the CPU. Okay, so let's just do that. But I'm actually will still do some clarifications later on as we go ahead.